Hello everybody and welcome to this Train Sim World 4 news video. Today we're going to have a look at the Vorarlberg S-Bahn route, part of the Vorarlberg Railway. In fact, it's more or less the whole Vorarlberg Railway. For Train Sim World 4, one of the core routes. I will say this is all my opinion. All of the things that are subjective are my opinion. Now that might be influenced by what other people have said, but if you disagree and you're properly entitled to disagree, that's cool. Everyone to themselves. But in general, I like the look of this route, and let's have a look. So the Vorarlberg Railway, it got 70 kilometers, 28 stations, which is a reasonable length. I like that. It's not too short, not too long, and we got a nice number of stations there to populate the route. We get one new train, which is a shame. I would have liked more. That is the OBB 4024 Talent, which is what you're looking at. We have one recycled train, which, I don't know how many others we can have. I believe I saw a flirt in the layers, but I'm not sure. And then there's the BR 185-2, which I believe is in traffic red livery, or might be in... No, it's the -5 that's in MRC. It's in one of the liveries. I'll talk about that in a little bit. It's the first Austrian route, which is, good step in the right direction, despite Dovetail taking about 300,000 in the other direction with the announcement of Train Sim World 4. First cross-border route, likewise, step in the right direction. And if you get Deluxe or Special Edition, you will get a very limited number of Vectron layers on the route as well. So the OBB 4024, it's part of the Bombardier Talent family. It got a slow-ish top speed of 140. I know a lot of German EMUs have that already, but the type of service you'll be doing, you'll get up to that speed, but you won't be travelling at it for long, so it's fine. And it's realistic, so why am I whinging? 15 kilovolt, 25 kilovolt, both on some units. I'm not sure if the ones we're getting have. There's no specific English. In fact, I don't even know if there's a German Wikipedia article on the 4024, so I was just going off the generic Bombardier Talent article for this. We won't be using the 25 kilovolts. Even if they have them, I doubt they'd be modelled in the physics engine. I'm pretty certain we'll only be getting the 15 kilovolt one. They put out 1,520 kilowatts, and they're 4 cars with the Jacobs bogies in between carriages. Okay, the DBBR 185-2, yes, so they're in traffic red livery, yeah, or Railion or whatever. So they're part of the Trax family. Obviously, lots of people have these already from Navica, Dresden, I believe. Oh no, that was MRC. Were they from Ruhr-Signord and Main S-Bahn, I believe? There might be some other ones. They've got a maximum speed of 140, like the previous units. They run off the 15 kilovolt AC, and they put out 5,600 kilowatts each. They're quite nice locomotives. They're a bit soulless. Yeah, it's just a bog standard Trax. I guess if it fits, then it's good to have at least some rolling stock. So the timetable, it's a decent timetable. It's not terrible, it's not fantastic. It's certainly better than one route that we're getting for Train Sim World 4 Antelope Valley. It is even perhaps slightly better than the East Coast Mainline timetable. So basically we got S1, which run the full length of the route. I have buggered this up. So I did a pretty piss poor job highlighting the actual route, but we do have the line up to the incel up here. Incel, that's me. The incel, which is the island, which I'll talk on very soon. I'll talk about that. But yeah, this is the island up here. We do have that, but yeah, everything else is correct. So it got this branch out to Lustenau, and then this branch through to Pladenz. Yeah. So the S1 runs on the whole length from Lindau Incel to Pladenz. The whole line all stops. S2 is from Bregenz here to Margareten, but they've only given us up to Lustenau. The Swiss border is conveniently between the two, so potentially that's a factor in why they cut it at Lustenau. And S2 you can see, sorry, no, that's S3, and S2 spits out here and it's AI only. And so S1 and S3 are both 2 trains an hour as far as I can tell. If you want to have a look at the timetables, then they will be in the description. They're in Austrian, but you can make it out. You can say S1 or S2 or S3, and you can see what the frequencies are. Yeah, there's I don't know how many freight trains there are. Probably maybe 10 or 20. They might model the regional trains. I'm not sure if they are if they have appropriate rolling stock for that. I don't know. I don't know what services the regional trains run on, but hopefully we get some express trains. A bit of service pattern variation is always nice, but I'm not going to fight too much if we don't. The route's reasonable on its own. So the positives, one of the first times I think I've talked about positives in Train Sim Mod 4. So Lindau Insel Bahnhof, which is, this is the throat to Lindau Insel that you're looking at now, is pretty cool. It's on this causeway thing, and it's like there's an island, and the station is on the island, and to get there's this causeway thing from the main line, and it's super cool. And it certainly looks that. And I look forward to driving on that bit of the line. Again, we've got a country border, which, the actual infrastructure doesn't change much, but there's a marginally different signalling system. And hopefully it allows for more country borders going forward. I know every time there's some new feature, I always say, hopefully there's more of this going forward, and there never is, so just take that with a grain of salt. There's an actual service pattern that is interesting and varied, and it's not just all the same, if you go from here to here and there's, up to 5 stops in between and it's every hour, or there's 19 trains per direction per day, as is on Antelope Valley. It's a decent route. It's not fantastic. There are other things in Austria I would have put first, like Semmeringbahn, but it's not awful, right? I'm not going to complain too much, certainly. Now, the other one is that, much like the Semmeringbahn, it does go through the mountains, goes through the Austrian Alps. Whether they will be modelled accurately is another thing. If we get a Rosa line, then certainly a bit of a miss. If we get another, what's a route with good scenery? None of them is really spectacular. If we get a Niedertalbahn but with mountains, then very good, nice. I'm going to lean towards a Rosa line based on the screenshots that we have. Where are they? Here, that looks pretty shit. The mountains. I'm not going to lie, that looks awful. But whatever. You get what you get, I guess. It's the first new country in a while. Oh no, the Red 628. So if you own Niedertalbahn, you do get the reskin to the Red 628, which I think is in a screenshot the next one down. It's the first new country in a while. Hopefully we get some more. Union Workshop will hopefully bring in some things from Eastern Europe. You've got a new type of train, the new talent. Normally they just recycle shit from a family they already have, and it's also kind of non-linear. We've got a Y in the middle of the line, which is cool. I'm a sucker for non-linear routes. I love Cathcart Circle, as many of you will know. Negatives, obviously I'm going to do this. There's the red 628 there, as opposed to the mint livery that we currently have it in. So the big one for me is, why is it cut at Ostenau? Why don't we go the extra single stop into Switzerland and have the proper tri-country route, as was in Train Sim Classic? And they say in the roadmap article that it's because the S-Bahn ends at Lustenau. But every single thing I could find the timetables, the maps, everything. Even this official map shows, this current official map clearly shows the S-Bahn trains going the extra stop to Margareten. So, is that just an outright lie, or is that actually true? Is this set in a time period where the S-Bahn was cut back? I'm not sure. If I'm wrong about this, please let me know. Please let me know. But at the moment, as far as I'm aware, they're just being lazy in terms of cutting it back. Again, there's only one type of train, or one new train, that comes with the route. Even, you know, there's only one recycled train. I was expecting, when the leaks first came out, I was expecting we get either the Talent 1 or the Desiros, or perhaps no, sorry, not, and then we'd be able to get the 182 recycled in Railjet livery with the Railjet coaches, because they do run on this part of the route, I believe. I believe there are also some intercity trains and other things. Also, I haven't actually read anything about the flirts, the RABE, whatever they are, from Luzern to Zersee. I did see them, I believe, unless my mind is playing tricks on me, in the Dovetail Direct stream, but I haven't read anything about them. Hopefully they are. Hopefully my memory isn't playing tricks on me. Hopefully they are coming in, because that would be nice, even if it's just AI, just populating the termini a little bit. It would appear we have a 6 to 8 either as AI or as drivable layers, but other than that, only the Vectron. My other criticism is that it looks pretty shit. Like, this looks like someone's coloured it in highlighter. Everything is so saturated, and I'm not sure if that is just they pumped up the saturation in post, or if that's an option for the photo editor, but I hope the final route doesn't look as bad as that. Leaving aside the scenery, just the saturation looks awful. It looks like something I used to do to my thumbnails. Looks dreadful. And yeah, then again, the backgrounds don't look spectacular. It's nothing really to write home about, I don't think. In fact, they're not good, they're bad, I would say, at this moment in time. Yes, they are still work in progress, but we're a month out, so I doubt much will change. And they look a bit they look shit at the moment, put simply. And finally, is it worth it? I am inclined to say yes for the moment. The route, it doesn't look terrible. It's a new country and all of that, and it's not bad. Like, I would say ECML is sort of on the verge of being downright bad or outright bad. Antelope Valley is definitely bad so far, and I'll explain why, because I know a lot of you do think that Antelope Valley is a good route, and I respect that. That's fine. I disagree, though. I think it's a mistake. But I think this actually has potential. Whether Dovetail make use of that potential, we'll wait and see. And that's my other point, is we just wait and see. If the route plays well in the previews and it looks good, and, you know, release comes by and it's a good route, then sure, go for it. If, you know, turns out it's actually shit, then don't buy it. It's too early to say, basically, conclusively. As usual, as more updates come out, I will make community posts, blog posts, videos as appropriate. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.